Yo, what is going on YouTube, and welcome back to a new video. I have to adjust the mic angle. Today we are not an F1 game, today we are not on F1 2021, not Assetto Corsa, not anything else. We are on iRacing, and we are currently on my only qualifying lap on Hockenheim in the Formula 4 car. And I wanted to show you this here with everything, like with my inputs at the bottom, just so you can see what I'm doing. This is the Hockenheim Formula iR-04, which is kind of, yeah, it is a Formula 4 car, just like iRacing Formula 4. It has a halo, as you can see. I also adjusted the field of view and stuff, and actually like turned on the mirrors and whatsoever. You can see the brake trace at the bottom left. Usually my field of view is way more zoomed in. This is right now on 90. I have it usually on 55, so I don't see anything aside from yeah, well, what's right ahead of me. But yeah, so today we are gonna have a look at this race, because honestly this was one of the best fights I've ever had in my whole sim racing career. Like, I think we had nearly every single race, every single lap, an insane battle, and it's just like a pleasure to watch. Especially this shows again Hockenheim. Of course it's not a Formula 1 car, but Hockenheim is such an amazing racetrack. We have this technical sector 3, we have the long straight in the second sector, and we have a really difficult first turn with also a heavy braking zone into turn 2. And there you can see we can cut a lot. This is not an off track, this is actually like the actual track limits. We get it off track actually, I think, in turn 1 now. You cannot go off this far, but you can actually go off quite a bit, like, and you will see this every single lap without getting an off track. The iRacing track limits are a bit different, but let's jump right into the race action. So, and for this I will also turn off the HUD so we can see everything, like the whole screen. We started from P1, we had pole position on this grid, and it was actually quite a high SOF for Formula 4, 3000, which is not too high. I think on the highest, like, iRacing ones, usually like 5 to 5.5k. But yeah, so this was, and you could see in the mirror there was this blue car. This is Matt, and we are gonna fight Matt this whole race, all the time. It's literally such a great battle, but yes, laggy internet, so that was a bit worrying. Still, we managed to get through every single lap. You can see he's not going for any moves here, but he's lagging a bit. We are keeping the lead. We had a great start, great run from the start finish line, and these cars basically have no dirty air, like literally none. So you pretty much, if you're behind another car, you always gain time. If you are bold enough to stay like literally within a 10 or something at every single corner, which can end up in tears, then you will always gain time. You can see we made a bit of time there. Tires are still cold, brakes are also cold on lap 1. If we would brake too hard, we would lock up. So we have to wait like at least the first time. You can see we can run off here. That's not an off track, we would have to touch the gravel. I think also here on the right we can completely take the AstroTurf. Also here on the left you can see we cut quite a bit. We line it up on the left, use the curb on the inside, then full throttle, cut the curb on the right and run wide at the exit. Use all of that. You can actually touch the gravel a bit, and we have quite a decent gap now to Matt behind, but you will see that, I mean, the slipstream you can see in the mirror, he's pretty far behind us, but this is still within a second. Within a second you get slipstream, and the closer you get, the stronger the slipstream effect will be. And yeah, so you can see like he's literally closing up right again, and he's an anyways super fast driver. I don't think I could have pulled away from him. Like, if you're in a certain pace on these cars, you will not be able to pull away from other drivers. It's just too difficult. The setups are just not complicated enough. I think, yeah, I actually, like, this is an open setup race, but I drove with the default setup from iRacing. There was a huge collision behind us. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, these lobbies can get pretty hectic. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you can see in the mirror, Matt is fairly close, if he's actually on the screen. And then after that, we have another car and another car, but the gap is getting bigger and bigger, and you will also see throughout the race, we will probably have like a 3-man train most of the time within the slipstream, and now Matt is close to us. I don't think he's daring a move yet, but I think, oh, he actually is. So this is the first battle that we have, and he's on our inside, and that's the only time we actually made contact. And I was just making sure we're running off. I think that was definitely overjudged from Matt, because, like, first of all, the braking point is around the 100 meter board, and I'm usually the latest braker of the latest breakers into this turn. And he just eases off the brakes, runs wide because he doesn't make the turn. You can even see him, like, just lose a bit of grip and run fully wide. You cannot do that. I mean, he was alongside, but, you know, you could also always be alongside if you just, like, don't brake at all and just make it to the apex. You know what I mean? So I think that was the only incident that happened that race, which was a bit unfortunate. But I think, did he let me go again? No, he didn't. But I think I might have passed him again into the next corner. Oh, and he disappeared. That's what I mean. That was a scary bit. Ah, yeah. Oh no, he let me go again. Okay. So, nothing happened, no damage. So that was all good. And from here on, this battle is just gonna become insane. So, already the next lap, lap 4. And we are back on the straight. You know, this is exactly what I mean. We have this perfect balance on this racetrack. Great overtaking opportunities, heavy braking zone after a long straight, and then also some technical sections. It's perfect. Now, if you're wondering what's happening there, that's the visor tear-off. We have to do that manually, and we're braking really late again, leaving space. Matt is still alongside us. We cannot see him. Now he's behind us. Like, we braked super late, and that's how we made the move. This is actually now gonna be the fastest lap of the race, and usually, like, the final laps are the fastest laps because you're low on fuel. These tires barely degrade. They are Pirelli, by the way. But yeah, that's just because I think from this lap onwards, like, aside from this lap, we were not fighting at all anymore. We were fighting every single lap, sorry. Brain dead. Yep. So, this is the only lap where we didn't fight. But then the next ones, we were just completely sending it all the way through. And nearly side by side throughout the whole race, which was just unbelievable. Like, honestly, this was one of the greatest sim races I've ever had. And just makes me want to also make the step into real junior single-seater cars. You know, like, get actually going the racing career would be amazing. But for now, it looks like we are on a simulator. Maybe for not too long anymore. So, lap 6. And Matt is even closer than ever. He's literally already fully alongside. We don't see him in the mirror anymore. We might even see his front wheels just into the corner or not. Yeah, there it's his front wing. We're braking more or less at the same spot. We're letting him go. And we are early on the power, trying a switchback. Which also works out. We get a better drive out of the hairpin. Staying tight. No braking hard. We are still alongside. And that's when he went behind us again. And I think he's not going for a move here. Yeah, because we would lose too much time. So let's see in the next lap if we can manage to hold off Matt. So you can already see we're back on the straight. My favorite place, right? Always highly rated. I think we were actually a bit more distant from Matt, but he got a better toe, so that's why he could carry more speed. And we are braking so much later than him. And with that, we also got an insane drive, and he couldn't even stay alongside. Just to, like, this is what I mean. Like, I'm actually so late on the brakes, always into this turn, especially when going for overtakes or defending. Look at this. So Matt is braking just about the 100 meter, but we also start braking, but he's braking already fully. Like, we are kind of like fully on the brakes just about after the 100 meter board. And look how much more speed we are carrying into this turn. We are literally fully ahead of his car. Now we are also getting a way better drive out of this corner. This was unbelievable. Like, I really felt confident braking late into this corner all the time. And we are back again. This time, lap 8, not lap 7 anymore. And Matt is again fully long side. I was always not really defending the inside because the race was long and you know you don't really have to do that all the time. And we are again way later onto the brakes than Matt. But he's a bit further than last time. We still get a better run out of the corner because his angle was tighter and he had to watch out because we were still alongside. Now we're kind of suffering a bit because this is the right hand and he's staying tighter. But still we can get the inside for the left-hander, put it into second gear early on the power, and that's how we defend off Matt for another lap. Incredible racing, honestly. Like, this is just mind-blowing that there was no crash, like no actual crash. Unbelievable. So lap 9, actually Matt is a bit further back, like I think the furthest in the last few laps. And you will see another copy paste of him going down the inside, trying to make the move and staying ahead of me. But we're braking late, we couldn't even see his car. This time he's making a move because it's like, you could see it's glitching around because of his internet, and I was a bit worried, so we took it a bit easier on that one. So now we have to think, what are we doing? He's defending the inside. Can we make the move around the outside? Early on the power, still side by side. You can see his front wing on the left. And we make the move. We are still holding on to the lead. This is just nuts to watch, honestly. I enjoyed that battle so much. Whilst on the previous lap, Matt was actually the furthest away from us. Now he's the closest again, like he's super close. Of course the slipstream will not be as strong, but he will be able to line up a move way earlier and think about it the whole straight, whilst not having to think if he's gonna be close enough. And I think, yeah, there's his front wing, but we brake later again. Super late. And we again side by side, we got a slightly better drive out of this corner. Not as much as the other times. We're staying tight, but Matt is right there. So we are outbraking him. He's trying to make a switch back. And he's, I think, alongside us, but he has to pull out. Now he's on the inside. I think for that, we're better gonna switch into... Oh, the wrong camera. There it is. We're still side by side going into this section. So we were staying side by side throughout this whole corner section, the whole third sector at the moment. And we're still making it side by side throughout these corners, and trust me, in these cars, you really don't want to go side by side. It's so dangerous. It feels like you're always gonna understeer, because if you touch the sausage curve or something, it's game over. And we are still side by side into turn 1, no contact. Perfect space given. This was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this is lap 10 to into lap 11. And you can see also the green car right behind us. Actually, Sam messaged me afterwards and was like, he just wanted to watch his race. Like, his name was Sam. And he just enjoyed our battle. He was just loving every single second of being behind us and seeing where this is going. I mean, you could see this last lap. Even we had this incident earlier, but aside from that, not a single contact between us. And we are again late on the brakes on the outside, but we nearly made contact. We had to avoid him. It was super close. Just a little replay. You can see, I think Matt maybe lost the car on the brakes. Yeah, he actually locked up. With that, went wide, and we just took avoided action, which was necessary. And we still had some time, so it was all good, all fine. Of course, I was a bit mad in that situation because I should have been ahead, and so I'm also trying to reclaim the position. And we're still side by side. He's on the inside, but he's again pulling out. What a battle. Alright, we're getting close to the end. I think lap 12, yes, of 13 laps in total. And Matt is still trying it. The green car behind us is a bit further back, but now Matt is so far ahead, and we are braking super late again. You could see that literally how we are regaining position. That was probably one of the most crucial braking maneuvers that we've done this whole race. Just look at it again one more time from the outside. This is just thing of beauty. We're also gonna slow down. You can see how much later we are on the brakes. How much more speed we are carrying. He was so much further ahead of us. With that, we are carrying more speed. We are not locking up. He has to take the tighter angle because we are fully alongside. With that, we are limiting his exit. And we are early on the power to carry as much speed as we can. And with that, we're getting a great drive out of this corner every single time. But it's super close, of course. It's not like we are just pulling away. It's super tight. And Matt is doing a fantastic job, honestly. This is just beautiful. The thing is, usually you want to be behind until the final lap. It's similar to F1 esports. But I think we are again. Let's check out the roll bar. Maybe we can see if we are side by side into this corner. And yes, we are. You can see the front wing. We are on the T-cam right now. Maybe it's smarter to go on board with Matt here. That was just something else, honestly. This whole race, and we are not gonna skip past anything anymore. This is now the final lap, and you can see how close he is. The pressure is high, the stakes are higher, and yeah. You can see we're trying to get any single advantage, sending it over the sausage curb in turn 1. Actually got a good turn 1. I always felt like I brake a bit too long into that corner, trying to trail brake too much. I think over time I've learned that you don't need to trail brake as much, but gap is nearly non-existing. Final lap. This is where it matters. We don't get a slipstream off the car ahead, so Matt has every single advantage that he needs to get. And we are trying to do anything. You can see it from Sam behind. We're braking late again, super late. We're getting not such a good drive like the last few times. But it's still working out. I think we might just stay on board with Sam. Because why not? And Matt is actually ahead into this corner, but we are braking late. Out-braking him. He's trying to go for the switchback. And actually, I think he's quite successful with doing that. Doing another switchback. We are holding the inside. He's going once more to the inside. And he's trying everything, but we're staying ahead. He's disappearing. One more try into this corner. And he's actually nearly made it alongside because I was worried what's gonna happen. You can see his injured is totally freaking out. And with this out of the final corner, it is the one and only Marcel Kiefer with an insane victory. There he is. Freaking insane. That was honestly one of the best. You can see I just let off the steering wheel. That's my force feedback kicking in. Look at the steering wheel, like going crazy. Alright, cool. Yeah, no, for real. Big congrats to Matt. That was insane. I think no matter who would have won this race, that was a thing of beauty, and I hope you all enjoyed that. I know it's a bit different, but I thought, why not show it? I love Hockenheim, I love Formula 4. You all know that I want to be a racing driver, also in real life, so and iRacing's, regarding the racing, probably the closest that you can get it to, so this was quite cool. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and peace.